Hey everyone, just want to preface this, I am not a barber, but with that being said, I'm just a guy bald with a beard that over the last however many years I've really gotten into men's grooming products. I think that there's nothing matched by anything and everything that you can do kind of for yourself. A self-care routine it is not mutually exclusive for one gender or another. And so over the years, I've gone different routes. Before I grew out the beard, I've been bald for a number of years, but I was also clean shaven for a very long time. And I've tried everything. I was a wet shaving aficionado for the longest, using DE razors, SE razors, classic shaving basically with different kinds of soaps and creams and everything. And then somewhere along the line, I just decided that I wanted to try electric shaving. And probably just because I get something gnawing at me and I want to just buy some stuff. And so I've tried everything, from the Arc 5 from Panasonic, tried rotary shavers from Philips. I have tried, of course, even the vaunted Braun Series 9. And then, I don't know, about 9 months to a year ago, I started really getting into what barbers were purchasing, because I figure nobody knows better than your barber, right? I mean, if something can be a professional grade quality item for them to, cut however many heads a day, working with a bunch of different people, then certainly it's got to be good enough for me shaving my head every other day, or like with my trimmers or with my clippers. If they recommend it, I'm all over it. Another thing is you can find a lot of these products that are a lot cheaper, professional grade products, than are the consumer grade products that are on the market. Wonder why that is, don't know. But again, if it's good enough for your barber, it definitely should be good enough for you. So that being said, this is actually an item made by Andis, which is a huge name in the barbering business. I know that they were number one, I believe, for a number of years, or at least pretty close, like them and Wall, etc. And their popularity has seemed to have diminished over the years, if nothing else, only because there are just so many more products on the market now. But this came out probably about a year ago. And this is the reSURGE shaver, as I was saying. So, and very cool box. And I know as Americans, we do love our marketing and our packaging. But when this came out, I believe it was like close to $300. It was at least $250. Now, Amazon is running these right now for $60. Got me to thinking. Now, the thing about it is, I also couldn't wait for the Babyliss FX3 in black to come out last November. And I sat on it and I waited for it. And I love this thing. It's awesome. And again, I'm not a barber. A lot of barbers will probably disagree with me. They love this thing. The FX series seems to be their favorite in a lot of areas, but I don't know. I got this, and there's a couple of key features about the reSURGE that I like quite a bit. First of all, I just think this is magnetic. I just think that's classy. When you open it up, it's nice. It's a nice slim profile. Now, I wasn't sure if I was going to enjoy going back to this form factor, the T-shape over the box. But as you can see, it takes up less, I guess, width-wise. This has the dual foil, of course. This also has the dual foil, but it's also got this for longer hairs. Now, I did this yesterday. I usually shave my head every other day. Did this on about 3 days growth, which is not something I do, but I knew that it was coming, so I thought I would just wait for it. And this thing took 3 days down. It's about 12 hours later. I'm still fairly smooth, and it's about on par, but it took down that 3 days worth of growth like it was nothing. I mean, I got it done in a fraction of the time that I probably, now the FX3 would have done it, don't get me wrong, but it seemed to do it in a fraction of a time. A couple things I like about this: it's got an auto locking feature. If you hold the button down for 5 seconds, it should light up. It does. Now, if you're traveling with it, it won't turn on. If you want to disengage that, hold it again for 5 seconds, and then it just turns on. I like that. This is wet and dry. Now, when I was trying out the Braun series and the other consumer grade wet dry, I was shaving wet at first when I converted to electric. I guess I just wasn't quite ready to give it up because I just didn't see how a dry shave comfortably would even be possible. I've given that up a long time ago. I actually find that it's more mild on my skin and it actually goes faster. And if you can avoid the mess, you may as well. But the fact that this thing is wet dry, you can just take the cover off, rinse it off. I still use a brush, and then I still spray, you know, either the Babyliss sanitizer or, you know, Andis makes a cool care that barbers use. Again, if it's a product that they trust, why not for me? It's very important to keep your foil shavers clean, gents. Even though you're not using it for other people, even though you're not using it heavily, the quickest thing that will lead to skin breakouts and irritation and bumps and ingrown hairs is by being nasty. So keep your stuff clean. Another thing that I like, I believe this is a 9,900 RPM motor. I think this is a 10,000 RPM motor. This is more powerful, that much I do know. Somehow this is more efficient for me. But one thing I do like, and that's not too god awful loud, but it's not as loud, so I annoy less people, my wife, my daughter, whatever, when I'm doing this in the evening. The only thing that I think Andis lost big on this, they neglected to throw a charger in with the original box. That sold as an add-on for about 25 bucks. Me being me, I went ahead and ordered one anyway because I like having my stuff lined up. It just gives me a feeling of serenity. But anyway, yeah, this thing is on sale. I mentioned it, but I don't think I went too deeply into it. When it first launched, it was like 250 bucks. Right now they're selling on Amazon at least for about 60 bucks. Hell of a deal. These are about 120 right now, I want to say. I got it for $80, but still, I say give this a try. If you're considering switching from razors, first of all, throw out the multi-cartridges, please. It's not good. But if you are switching from wet shaving of any kind at all, and you're considering going foil or electric, first of all, just skip the rotary, skip the gimmicky skull things that they market all over Instagram and all other social media, because that's trash. It's overpriced. It doesn't work. I know a lot of gents like traditional rotary shavers. They're good, but they're not very efficient, I don't think. A foil shaver gets it done. The foil and the cutters are fully replaceable as well. I don't think you can go wrong with this. And again, they're marked down at such a good price right now. Go for it. I really didn't think I was going to find anything that beat my high regard for my FX3, but I think this one might do the trick. That's all.